Since I started working on my podcast, I've had tons of people ask me, like, how are you going to do that? How does it work? So let me tell you, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's completely free. There's creation tools that allow you to record right through Anchor, and you can edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. So right away when you get started, you can start making money. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And even better, if you don't want to use Anchor to record, you can use your own recording platform and upload it. There's tons of advice on there. And all you have to do is download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey Queens, welcome to Captivation Radio, a podcast designed to help women learn to love their bodies, transform their mindset, and attract the life of their dreams. I'm your host, Fallon, the queen of all things captivation. I'm a certified personal trainer and a confidence and mindset coach. I have a passion for helping women go from mediocrity to queen status. Each week, I will discuss how you can use fitness, mindset, and manifestation to overcome feelings of lack, raise your energy, and finally step into your power and claim the life you deserve. Hey Queens, welcome back to Captivation Radio. Today we're going to talk about different methods you can use for manifestation. There are so many different manifestation methods and none of them are wrong. Different things work for different people, just as it is with any kind of magic. What works for one may not work for another. Just because your bestie manifests everything she writes in her journal doesn't mean it's the best method for you. Today I'm going to talk to you about a few different methods so you can try them out and see what works for you. And as always, they will all be listed on my website, captivationradio.com. So you don't have to remember all the details. You can go back on there and look through them later. And I'll also have some videos on TikTok and my Instagram, everywhere at Captivation Radio. All right, let's get started. The number one way is probably the most common thing that you hear about, and that is a vision board. A vision board is a great manifestation tool because it allows you to see what you're manifesting. You can create one on paper, create a digital one, or create one on a bulletin board. If you want to create one on paper, it's pretty simple. As you know, you can just grab some pictures from magazines, or you can print pictures out and then combine them with images that you cut out or words that you cut out of the magazines, or you can write words on there with pretty gel pens or markers. You can decorate it any way you want. You can just make it just how you like it, and then hang it somewhere that you're going to look at it regularly. You can also, if you don't like the whole paper and magazine thing, I know not everybody has magazines anymore, you can do a digital version on Pinterest or Canva. On Canva, it's nice because you can put the pictures all onto one board that you can see. Like, you can make a Pinterest board, but it's not going to be just something you can see. If you do it on Canva or something similar, you can make it like the screensaver on your phone, on your computer, something like that, so you're still seeing the images regularly. But one of the best ways I like to do a vision board is on the bulletin board. So it's similar to the way you do it on paper, but instead of gluing the items, you cut the items out and then you pin them to your bulletin board. And then as you receive or manifest the things that you want, You can move them from the board into a special place where you keep track of all the things that you have successfully manifested. I mean, you can put them into a jar on your desk, or you can put them into like a binder with some clear sheets, a shoebox, just with all the things. It's just whatever works for you and makes you feel good about it. And then the next one is an intention journal. So with an intention journal, that's super easy too. You just write out your intentions. You could do this daily, weekly, monthly. I suggest if you want to do it monthly, then you do it, coincide this practice with the new moon, because that's generally the easiest time to manifest. There is some times when it's not, like if it's an eclipse or something, but I'm not going to get too technical with that today. But you can just write simple things like, I intend to receive $5,000 this week, or whatever it is that you are trying to do. Number 3 is a gratitude journal. If you've been practicing manifestation for any period of time, you are well aware that gratitude attracts abundance. And a great, easy way to practice gratitude is just to keep a journal. You can write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for every morning or every evening, whatever works for you. I see people say, you should do it at the end of the day a lot. It's good to be thinking about things you're grateful for when you go to sleep at night. But for me, at night, I usually just want to be done for the day. I don't want another task to do. But I like to think about things that I'm grateful for when I wake up in the morning. And that's when I like to do my visualization also. It just starts the day off on a good note. Number 4 is a belief assessment. So for the belief assessment, this is also going to be something that you would journal. And you would ask yourself these questions. What does your heart long for? Like, for example, you long for a successful career. And then when you think about it, you want to think about what beliefs come up, like subconscious beliefs, come up that could be standing in your way. This goes back to what we talked about before with limiting beliefs. Whenever you think about a goal, oftentimes right alongside with your goal in your mind will be that little voice telling you why you can't have it. So I want you to write down what the goal is and what the belief is that's standing in its way. And then we're going to write an affirmation supporting why we should have the thing that we want. And if you have any trouble with this, as always, feel free to DM me and we can talk through it. Number 5 is subliminal recordings. Sometimes we have subconscious thoughts that need to be reprogrammed. And there is something with how your brain works that the best time to do this is as you are falling asleep. So you can go on YouTube and search for different kinds of recordings. And then you can listen to them on your headphones as you go to sleep. And then your brain will be able to absorb this information better. It's like when you are very young and your brain just absorbs everything around you. It also does that as you're falling asleep. So if you're listening to these subliminal recordings as you're falling asleep, that can reprogram your mind. And you can also do recordings of affirmations in the same way. So if you know what subconscious thoughts are standing in your way, you can record your own voice, or you can find recordings on YouTube or something that have affirmations that directly remind you that these subconscious beliefs are wrong. And that will start to reprogram your brain to stop focusing on them. Number 6. This is a fun one. It's a letter from your future self. So you write a letter to yourself from in the future. You can pick any time frame you want, like 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. If you're really stressed out, it can even be next month. So you write the letter about whatever you want, things you want to achieve, where you want to be in the future, etc. The key is to write it as if you're already there. Here's my example. Dear Fallon, it's 2020 and COVID has ended. Your kids are back in school, and you have finally completed your tiny house studio. You now have 3 podcasts, and your clients are achieving great success. See, just something simple like that. So think about what you want your life to look like, and then get started on your own letter. And of course, it could be way longer than that, but I'm not going to read like all of my secrets to you on my podcast today. And number 7 is affirmations. So find affirmations which help keep you on track towards your goals. And these are affirmations like, I steer my life in the direction of my highest dreams. Or I am currently learning, growing, and evolving. I have one on my phone. It says something about prosperity and abundance, and my heart and soul are free and happy. And you can make that your screensaver. You can use an app like I Am that'll send you affirmations throughout the day, and you can even set up your own on there if you want. Otherwise, they have pre-programmed ones that they'll send you randomly. And it's crazy because somehow they usually send you ones that you need when you need them. Number 8, taking small steps. As I said before, manifestation requires action. If you don't take any action, the universe is going to think you don't really want anything. And the solution to this is to take small steps towards your goals. So if your goal is to become a high-paid speaker, you have to start somewhere. You can begin by making videos or starting a podcast. And let's say your dream is to run a marathon. You're going to have to start walking if you haven't been off your couch in months. You're not going to just get up and run a marathon. You have to start putting in the small steps. No matter what your dream is, you have to put in some work in order to receive it. The universe does not reward you for sitting around feeling sorry for yourself. The universe rewards action. Number 9, ask the universe for help. I know it sounds obvious, right? But you will be amazed how many people forget this simple step. If you want help, you have to ask for it. It's pretty simple. Hey, universe, I could really use your assistance. And as I've said numerous times before, you don't have to say universe. If you are Christian, you can ask God to help you. If you, whatever religion you are, you can ask your higher power to help you. When I say universe, that's just what I say, but it doesn't have to be the same for you. Whatever works for you. Number 10, surround yourself with positivity. Do the people around you have the same energy you do? If not, you need to reevaluate your circle. You need to protect the energy around you if you want to be able to manifest your desires. When you're surrounded by positive people, magical things happen. One of my best friends, Megan, helps me manifest things just by speaking about them with me. Like, I swear, she can send me a message out of the blue and it can manifest in a couple of days. So never underestimate the collective energy. Number 11, stop waiting for permission. Are you waiting for permission to show up as your authentic self? If you are, you need to stop. Once you're in alignment with who you truly are, then you'll begin manifesting what you want with ease. And if you're unsure about how to begin showing up as your authentic self, go back to episode 23. Be you authentically, and I'll break it all down for you. Number 12, acting as if. This is a common manifestation strategy. It is called acting as if. Basically, you just act like you already have the things that you desire. For example, if you want more clients in your business, you write these clients thank you notes for working with you. If you're planning on getting a new house, you start picking out the decor, thinking about how you're going to lay everything out. If it's a new job, you think about what you're going to wear when you get there, what the conversations are going to be like. Whatever it is, you imagine that you already have it and start preparing for it. 13 is the higher self-visualization. How does your higher self show up? Imagine you are her. What does she wear? How is her hair? How does she hold herself? How does she speak? After you can picture exactly what it is like, start showing up as her. You can start small, like changing the way you dress when you leave the house or adjusting your posture before you speak to people. All the little things eventually add up. Number 14 is the 3-6-9 method. For this method, you're going to pick one thing you want to manifest. And you're going to focus on receiving this thing for 17 seconds at a time. So you'll set a timer for 17 seconds. And you have to think about this thing for the 17 seconds. And you're going to do this 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night. And then we have the 5-5-5 method. And it's pretty simple. Some people love it, some people hate it. So like I said before, just use what works for you and let go of whatever doesn't. For me, personally, I don't like writing things 55 times. But if you do, go for it. So what you're going to do is you're going to write what you desire 55 times. Just get out a notebook, number it 1 through 55, and for 5 days in a row, you're going to write out what you are trying to manifest 55 times. And you don't want to have to write anything long and complicated, so my advice is to keep it simple. But if you want to write something long and complicated 55 times for 5 days, then go for it. But this is the important part. You need to be intentional as you write. If your mind is wandering while you write, it will not be effective. It might not be the best method for you. This is why it doesn't work for me. Once I write it 4 times, my brain is going to take over and write it for me, and I'm going to be thinking about everything else. So keep that in mind. And number 16 is just do whatever works for you. You don't have to use one of these methods. You can combine the methods. You can make up your own methods. You can do whatever you want. A lot of the time, I just use simple visualization exercises, usually before I get up in the morning. And it has been incredibly effective for me. The other thing is just having my energy in the place that I know the things that I want are going to come to me regardless. I don't worry about how they come, when they're going to come. I know that the things that I want are going to come to me. And I don't just sit around waiting. I put in action, of course. But things flow to me easily because I keep my energy in a good place. So now I want to know, what is your favorite method of manifestation? So DM me, tag me in your stories, all the things, and let me know. And if you are listening on Apple, I would absolutely love it if you could leave me a 5-star review and like a written review that's 5 words or more. That would really help my podcast grow. And if you do leave a review, take a screenshot and send it to me, and I might be giving out some prizes. All right. I love you guys. Have a fantastic week. And next week, tune in. We're going to be talking about uncovering the lies that hold us back from success. Bye.